All right, man, we back again. Another day, another vlog. Oh, that's why you gotta check your mirrors. So this one gonna be short and sweet. As you can see, it's cloudy. It's supposed to rain within the next hour. And I just had to get out here and make this video for y'all to kind of explain some things. So this video is gonna be 100% about the MSF course. I recently just took the course. It was a 2-day course, a Saturday and a Sunday. And this one is for the people who've never rode a bike before. I feel like that's who the class is really for. And for the ones that's been riding for the past, I don't know how many years. For me, this would be my 2nd year riding. The course was exceptionally easy. And I won't pretend as if there wasn't things that I learned in the course that I didn't know. Learned a couple things, mainly just how to control the bike in slow speeds. So I'll be talking about the course right now. So like I said, it was a 2-day course. Before you can even do the 2 days, you have to complete a 5-hour e-course, which is online, where there's a bunch of videos and you got to take multiple tests, basically about everything you learn throughout all the videos that I'm trying to teach you before you can even get on the bike and take the 2-day course on the weekend. I really can't remember a bunch of the stuff that was on the 5-hour e-course because I did that, I want to say probably a whole month and a half ago before I was even able to do the course. I just took the course this past weekend. So I'm going to talk about everything that you do on the in-person course. So day 1, you meet your instructors, everyone who's there with you, and you go over basic learning skills. You go over everything that has to do with safety. It only has to do with 3 main things, which is controlling the clutch, learning how to brake properly, and learning cornering. So with the cornering, it basically has to do with learning how to turn into your corners at fast speeds, learning how to go into your corners at slow speeds, and basically having to do a sudden stop in the middle of a corner. So day 1, we had to learn about your clutch, learning about the friction zone, and basically learning what the clutch is, learning how to shift from neutral into first, driving around in first, and then upon the 2nd day is when they finally allow you to shift up the 2nd gear and get used to speeds above 20 miles per hour. So what you learn in the friction zone, they're teaching you how to basically drive your bike without even applying any type of power from your throttle, letting your clutch do everything. So once you do that, then they finally teach you how to do your U-turns. They teach you how to do, you know, the figure 8s. That's pretty much about it with the clutch. Once you learn about your friction zone, they finally allow you to, like, you know, give the bike a little bit of gas. They teach you about proper hand placement, which is your left hand is always on your clutch, your right hand is never on your brake, your front brake, unless you have to use it, and that's pretty much it. I really want to say, if you never rode a bike before, this class would be very confusing, it'd be frustrating. There was tons of people, you know, falling over on their bike. There was tons of people constantly stalling. And then there's people like me. It was about 3 of us that's been riding forever, but we just have to finally get the M endorsement on our license, so we have to go through the course. Trying to really remember everything we did because it was so jam-packed. They're trying to teach you so much stuff within 2 days for new riders that I could barely really remember anything. Like I said, it has to do a lot with cornering. So they teach you how to do counter steering, how to properly sit on your seat when you're going into curves, if you should, you know, brake within the curve, if you should shift gears within the curve. And they pretty much teach you to use your brake before you go into a curve, maintain a proper speed, and keep that same speed throughout the turn until it's over and done with. They teach you not to shift up in the curve. They teach you not to shift down the curve. They teach you to just do everything you need to do. So like I said, the first day has everything to do about proper controls, learning your clutch, has everything to do about just being used to being on a bike in general. They didn't allow me to bring my own bike, which is what I wish they allowed, but instead they had bikes for us. They tell you to bring your own gear, so make sure you have boots. It could be any boots, it could be your Timberland boots, it could be tactical boots, any type of boots. They just have to be leather and above your ankle. I wore my motorcycle jacket. They just want you to wear long sleeves, so if you want to wear a crew neck sweater, if you want to wear a hoodie, want to wear your motorcycle jacket, doesn't matter, just make sure it's long sleeve. Your arms have to be covered at all times. For gloves, they want you to wear leather motorcycle gloves. I found a pair of, I think they were probably like $18 the most on Amazon. I wore those just for the class. They were totally fine, and I brought my own helmet, which is what I'm using right now. But if you don't have a helmet yet, they have a bunch of helmets that you could easily just borrow for the class. Just wear a face mask, because there's so many people using those same helmets every weekend, and it was hot, so you know we're sweating inside those helmets. I did see them cleaning the helmets as we were waiting in the parking lot, so use your own discretion. Second day, they're teaching you how to do U-turns. They want you to be in second gear during the entire day. They don't want you being in first gear at all. They want you being used to being at high speeds. You do your sudden stops where you have to be within 20 miles per hour, 25 miles per hour, and as soon as they throw their hands up, they want you to instantly stop your bike at a safe distance, which is basically just squeezing your front brake as suddenly as possible while ramming down on your rear brake, getting you used to probably skidding out or anything like that. They just want you to get used to any situations that possibly could happen on the road. They want you to do it in a safe environment, so you don't got to worry about falling and getting hit by a car. They only teach you how to go from first to second gear. You will not be going anything over second gear the entire course. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot because, like I said, I really can't remember what we did in those 2 days because it was so jam-packed. And I feel like I would have remembered more if I wasn't, I'm not even gonna call myself experienced, but if I've never rode a bike before, I probably would have remembered a lot more things. I was more so spaced out the entire 2 days because I felt like it was very pointless for me to be there, and it was very boring. I made the best of it. The bikes they allowed us to use was only 250 cc's. I was riding a Honda Nighthawk, I believe it was called. Everyone else had like Rebel 250s. They had some Kawasaki's. I forgot what they were called. They had Suzuki's. And they also had a Honda Grom. I wanted to ride the Honda Grom just for shits and giggles, but I was like, yeah, let me get the most of this course since I had to pay $240 for it and fit in with everybody else. I'm not sure how it is in the state that you live in, but in mine, I feel like it's very pointless that if you've been on the road for over 2 years and actually know how to ride, you shouldn't have to do the course. You should just be able to go and take your test and get the endorsement on your license. But where I am, they want you to do the MSF course and then go take the test. I just took the test yesterday and I passed with flying colors. So now I have officially put the M endorsement on my license. There's really no difference to riding without it on your license, but more so that if you're ever in a situation, you know, you can't really get in trouble because you're a licensed rider. But once the second day is over and they make you do your skills test, which is pretty much everything they taught you the first day and everything they taught you within the second day, which is, like I said, is not much. It's just being used to the friction zone with the clutch, being able to shift from first to second gear, doing your U-turns without going outside the boxes. They set up cones so you could do like a little snake pit, doing the instant stops, doing your figure eights. That's pretty much it. After that, they just want to make sure that you can do all of that safely without falling, without, you know, thinking you're gonna fall and pointing your foot down. Me, I happened to put my foot down. I thought the ball, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought the bike was about to tip. So I put my foot down like anybody else would do. So I got 5 points off, but like I said, I passed with flying colors. So I know this video isn't as informative as you thought it would be, but it at least prepare you a little bit for what to expect when you sign up for your course. Having to do the 5-hour e-course, watching all those videos, doing the tests, and then what to expect your first day, your second day, the gear they expect you to wear. Because I had a lot of questions myself, and I was all over YouTube looking up videos trying to see if there was anybody that did the test, what they wore, seeing if they're explaining. Oh, went to neutral. You know, preparing me for what to expect. It was also raining my first day, and if you sign up for your course, it's whether it's rain, snow, or clear weather. So yes, it was raining my first day, not super hard, but I feel like that prepares people to, you know, expect being caught in the rain while riding, and how to handle the bike and how to handle themselves. I think if there's one thing I learned from the course as already being on the road for 2 years, is, like I said, doing those U-turns at slow speeds. And also I noticed I never used to like look ahead as I was turning, and I actually paid attention and did what they were teaching, which is look in. Helped. That actually helped me a lot, because I'm using it now as I ride in this video. I've been using it as I've been riding after the course, and it actually like made turning way more. So if you're looking into riding, go ahead, just take that MSF course, get it out the way immediately. Don't do what I did and wait 2 years to do it, so you can actually enjoy your class. And then once you get on the road, you can be a little bit more safer. So I'm gonna stop talking now. This is about to be the end of the bike, and I'm just gonna let y'all enjoy the sound of the bike.